Hello everyone. In our today's video, we are going to learn how we can use that CSS not child selector. As you see, I have here a 7 circle and all are having an orange color. But if I want to select the first child, I can just simply get and select the first child and give a color of red. So in a way, I can just go and grab all the other parameter to just peacefully to give all the colors. So I'm gonna redo that, and if I want to just go with that to get the last child, as you see, I can independently select the last child and then give the color. And again, if I just redo back, I just want to get to the second child on that. As you see, I can independently choose the second child, and if I roll back, and also by the same procedure I can go with the third child. And if I want that without keeping that, I will just make an oath, like first will be one color, the second will be one color, and it will follow through the ratio. As you see, first we're gonna keep the red, then the default color, again red, the default color. So in that way we can also keep that same parameter. And also if I go with that of the nth child after 3n, it will also follow up with that after particular 2, it's gonna give a separate color ratio. So this is the thing we are going to build, and we will just go with a simple framework which is I created using a vit. So that's the only, you need to create a vit project. The link, it will be in the description where you can find how to create the vit application. And I'm going to just start spinning that application. So I use that pnpm, which is going to be pnpm dev, and I'm going to run my application here in localhost 5173, which is actually the vit format to open up. As you see in the file format, we have the source, and within source we have assets and the other file. And I'm not going to use any of the Tailwind CSS or other framework for the CSS. I will just go with that CSS3 at the core framework. So I'll just go with that in my app.css. So I'm gonna just remove everything from the CSS. As you see, no design pattern is applied, and in that app.jsx, I'm going to remove each and everything from here. Within the return, I'm going to just remove all. Then I'm going to just take a div. Within that div, I'm going to get a p tag. It will be just make that CSS3 test. Okay, and there is some kind of style is coming up from the index.css. Let's go back here and remove everything. Now we have a potential, just a simple application running here. Now we just leave that indexed. We'll just work with that app.jsx and app.css. So what I'm gonna do, remove all the unnecessary file and other formats. Okay, remove that, and also we are not going to need that. Okay, now here I'm gonna just do one parameter is that I'm gonna get a span tag, okay, which is going to be a self-closing span. Either you can work with the div, but I feel it's better to work with the span tag. So this will be my container. So let's put a class name here, and then I'm gonna give a name of the container, and that one I'm gonna give a name of that class name. It will be that circle. So that's the way with that class name we can capture that circle. So let's roll back to our app.css. I'll just go and grab that side by side so you can see it easily. So here I'm gonna take that app.css. Okay, so now here let's just first go with the circle, which I need to create a dot notation for before starting the class name with the CSS. So it will be circle, and very sure we remember the class name you're providing here, it should be similar to the class name which you are giving here, otherwise it will collapse. So now here what I'm gonna do, just going to provide a similar class name here, which I'm gonna provide a width, which is going to be weight up 60 pixel, and also the similar height. I'm gonna put that height of 60 pixel. If I click save, you will find nothing. Let's just give a background color which is going to be the orange. Still you will find nothing, and that's why, because whenever you are keeping that particular endpoint to giving that especially taking the span tag, you need to make the display either inline block or inline flex. So if I make that display inline, is it work? No, because we need to define that block. So inline block, or you can just go through with the block parameter. Now I want to make it a rounded parameter, so I'm gonna make it a border radius. Oops, it's not B, should be border radius, which I'm gonna give a 50 pixel, and as you see it's rounded. So now this is the container here. So I'm gonna copy that, and now it's time to define that class name for it. So it will be dot container, and here I'm gonna give it the width, which going to be take a full width, or for you can keep that as auto also. Either way, you can also remove that width properties, it will work fine also. I'm gonna give a height, so it will be 100 vh. So whatever the viewport height is there, so just technically I'm providing whatever we can see, even it is like that or in that like that. So whenever it's coming in the viewport, as in the view section, we will see this parameter. So that's the height, and let's give a background color, which is going to be, let's just put a black color. Let's see. As you see, it's working fine, but there is a problem with that, because by default, especially whenever you are creating any of the next like the React project with the pretty much from the core, like vitejs is not like the Next.js, is not using any of the separation there. So what I need to do, put a star mark here, and then I'm going to give a margin, which going to be, oops, it will be margin, which will be 0. So no margin available here. And as you see that if I just roll back here and just make it commented, as you see, there's a some of the margin going on. If I just make that margin 0, it's just done. So now here, let's start working with that portion. So I'm going to also go and provide some of the class name of that, is that giving a padding. So the padding, let's put a 10 pixel padding, or I can go with that 50 pixel padding, no worries. So now as you see, that's the round that we want, and we want that around 7 round here. So what I'm gonna do, just make it smaller. Okay, put it side by side. So I need a 7 round parameter here, by which we started working. So I'm gonna post I'm working on the Windows, so if you can just I will just show the shortcut of that. I'm gonna press that Alt and Shift, then I'm gonna just put that down arrow. As you see, it's automatically copying and pasting there. So in that, just go and search if you're using the Mac, how you can use the Mac. It will be perfect to explore in a bit. So as you see, I have a 7 circle here. So in that container, I need to put some class name to avoid any of the clashes in between. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make a display, which going to be a flex. Okay, and also I'm gonna make it let's just give a gap over here, so which going to be 10 pixel. Let's see. Okay, we can also provide a gap of 20 pixel. Yes, that's perfect. So now let's go and starting the spinning to providing the class name. Either you can also go with that, putting that class name in that index.css by removing that app.css. That will also working fine. There is no worries about that. So now what we want, the first, that's our circle, right? So within that circle, we need to grab that circle parameter. We want that first to be color as red. So I'm gonna get that circle, and then I'm gonna get the first child. Okay, that's the notation we are going to count. So in the background color, I'm gonna give a red. As you see, the first one is getting red color. Either you can also give a white color. That's the same parameter, it will go to work. So we are having that first parameter. That's very simple, and it's just we are using the CSS. Now if that parameter is working with you, like if sometimes it's gonna come with another one that you need to provide the class name for the last one, then how you gonna do that? The same parameter, it will go on. So it will be the last child, and then background color, which going to be red. As you see, it's just getting the last child. So now we can actually, like, I don't need to that the first and last. I want to go in between in one circle. Like you have the 7 circle here, but like second or third, you want to define a color. How we can do that? So it's a very simple. Again, that circle, and then I'm gonna make with that nth child. Okay. So here I need to define which child it's gonna go. So if I make 2. And now I'm going to give a background color. Let's put red. And let's see the second one. And a similar way, if I put 3, the third one. So if I just go and grab the things and just make it copy, and I'm going to make the 4th child as 4, I'm going to make it white. And you see, now I can individually define which, especially it's not just about circle, it's about the particular div. It can be about the particular text. So it depends which one you are going to target and how you are going to target in a row. So this is the most fundamental idea, how you can cultivate the scenario. So now I have this 2 different scenario here. I'm going to comment that. So now let's try with another one. If I want to do it like just I want it out, I want that one red, that one orange. How I'm gonna do that? So it's just similar. If I go with the circle, then I'm gonna go with the nth child. I want to say it's out. Okay, so now child, it will not be any number. It's gonna providing that things as odd parameter. As you see, the one is that. That's simple and this super cool. But now I want to do it like from every third child, like it gonna go 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so it's gonna define that three child. After the third one, I'm gonna make it colorful. So I'm gonna do it, it should be the circle. Okay, and here should be the ninth child and then 3n. So the number 3, I'm gonna, like every number 3, I'm gonna make it the background color of red. As you see, if I roll back with that number 2, so like that's 1 2 3 1 2 3. Now I want to provide as 2. So let's see, yeah, 1 2 1 2 1 2. So that's super cool whenever you are exploring with a normal CSS. So this is no magic over here. It's just simple CSS by which we can actually go with that. So that's the node selector which we are having, and I feel very much very exclusive while I am typing that. It's super simple and super crazy. Just imagine if that is the div, that's a div, and there's so many texts here. You just like you have the similar design for each div, but you want to do it for separate for one single div. How you can do that? That's the way you can do it. Particularly designed and articulate that particular div, which one you want to arrange. That's super simple and super cool, and I think that really can help you to get some crazy ideas how you can implement your designs. And if you like it, let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna come up with so many more, and we'll see you in the next video.